It is very significant, and it's not often that you see scientists very excited, but that's certainly the case with the scientists from the Doherty Institute. Now, the reason it's important is because China has had the only copy of the virus, and they released some images, but they wouldn't release the actual virus to the World Health Organization. And so now the researchers at the Doherty Institute have created a copy of the virus itself. And this is important because it means that it will speed up testing for the virus. At the moment, all people who are tested, it has to go through this lab in Melbourne. They'll be able to send it out to labs not only across Australia but also across the world. And the other important reason is that they are working towards a vaccine, and they'll be able to now use this virus, this copy of the virus, to test those vaccines to see if they work. So let's hear from the lead scientist, Dr. Julian Druce from the Doherty Institute.
We got our first patient on Friday, and we've successfully grown the virus from that patient. This will be a game changer for other labs within Australia. It's been 10, 12-hour days and 2 a.m. finishes and things like that, so it's been pretty full on.
So, Sophie, if they've got the copy of this virus, what do they do next?
So what they'll do next is it'll all go through given this is an international epidemic that we're dealing with, it'll all go through the World Health Organization. So as I mentioned, they didn't have a copy of the virus itself. So now through very strict biosecurity, they'll be able to send a copy of the virus to the World Health Organization in Europe, and they'll then distribute it across the world. And this will really make a huge difference because the sooner people can be tested and either quarantined, then we can contain the spread of the virus. The other thing that's important with this is that they can develop a test to see if someone might actually have the virus, but they don't have any symptoms. And that's important because at the moment they're looking for people with symptoms, but they'll be able to track, people who might have the virus sort of silently but not show any symptoms. So that's an important breakthrough that'll come from this discovery at the Doherty Institute as well.
And as we